The red wind came fast over Sagebrush 3. It rolled in like a living wall full of dust, grit, and dry heat. The sky turned the color of iron and the sun became a weak, pale coin. Miners, traders, and ranch hands ran for cover. The storm sirens cried in the small town on the mesa rim. Tala held her hat to her head and kept moving. She was young, but she had strong eyes and a steady hand. She was Apache, born to a family that taught her to respect land, life, and promise. On this world, she worked as a rescue ranger. She carried a grav line, a kit of anchors, and a visor that read depth and wind. When storms came, she did not hide. She looked for who might need help. Today, someone needed help. A shout cut the wind. "My boy, he fell in the glow caves." Tala turned. A colonist father waved his arms near a crack in the rock. Behind him, a field truck rattled and shook in the gusts. The man's face was pale with fear. The crack glowed a strange soft blue from inside. Tala ran to him. "Where?" she asked. "There." He pointed into the crack. He chased a lizard when the wind rose. The ground gave way. "I tried to go in, but the floor is like glass. I could not stand." "Please help him." Tala pulled out her cam bead and dropped it into the crack. The bead sent a clear image to her visor. The crack widened into a tall cavern below, its walls lit by veins of crystal. On a narrow ledge, a small boy crouched, hugging his knees. He shook with fear, but he was alive. The ledge looked brittle. The cavern floor was far and slick. Sharp spires of crystal rose like teeth. If the boy slipped, he could be hurt. If the ledge broke, the whole side could slide. Tala breathed slow. She spoke to the man in a calm voice. "What is your son's name?" "Paulo," the father said. "Paulo," Tala said, looking down. "My name is Tala. I'm on my way." "Be careful," the man said. "This cave eats sound." When I shouted, the ledge shook. Tala listened to the cave. She heard more than wind and fear. She heard a faint hum like a song from the stone. The hum rose and fell, gentle, slow, soothing. She had read about it, but she had never been this close. The locals called the shapes glass wraiths. They were not ghosts. They were living structures, clear and long like vines of light. They lay within the rock and grew with the crystals. When the wind pushed the mesa, the glass wraiths sang and took the stress. They kept the stone from cracking. If she moved wrong, she might shake their song. If she shook it, the ledge might break. Tala tightened her gloves. She fixed a micro-anchor to the rim and clipped on her grav line. She checked her visor's map, but the cave was new to her. The scan was flat and dull. A signal pinged her visor. A new map appeared. It had depth, and it showed heat, wind, and load lines across the ledge in thin gray cords. Someone had sent her a LiDAR feed. She looked up and saw a tall man with a weathered coat and a wide-brim hat. He stood quiet a few paces back, holding a worn utility drone by a tether. The drone was old, but it looked cared for. Its frame was patched, and its sensors were clean. "I can give you a better read if you want," he said. His voice was steady, low. "Thank you," Tala said. "I'm Tala. Elias Ward," he said. "My ranch dome is 2 ridges over. I upgraded this drone for crop rows and calf checks. It can see fine detail. I set it to passive so it won't shake the rock," Tala nodded. "Please keep the scan going." Elias adjusted a dial. The gray cords in her visor sharpened and pulsed, linked to the hum. Tala moved to the edge. "Paulo," she said softly, "I am coming down. Do not move, watch me. We will move together like we are part of the cave." The boy nodded, tears on his cheeks, eyes wide. Tala watched the gray cords in her visor. They flared when the song rose and dimmed when the song fell. She tested the cave with small toe steps, placing weight when the cords dimmed. She thought of a drum. Downbeat step, rest, downbeat step. She did not speak loud. She breathed through her nose and counted in her head. The first drop was easy. Her line paid out. Her boots found a point on the wall. She let her fingers test the stone. The gray cord stayed calm. She eased over the lip and hung free, then kicked to the ledge. The wind outside howled. In the cave, it turned to a soft, slow hiss. Elias watched her with careful eyes. He kept the drone steady and fed her new lines of safe hold points. He did not talk unless needed. When he spoke, it was short. "Left by 6 inches, good." Or, "Stop, there." Paulo watched too. He breathed fast. Tala met his gaze and smiled. "You are brave," she said. "You did the right thing. You stayed still. That helps me a lot." He nodded and lowered his shoulders. Tala reached the ledge and put only a small part of her weight on it. The cord lines in her visor trembled but did not spike. She clipped a second line to a stalagmite. She slid toward the boy, inches at a time. She stopped when the song rose. She moved when it fell. Almost there, she said. A low rumble shook the stone. Tala froze. Elias spoke into her ear. Wind is shifting. The top gust is at our backs now. The cave pressure may change. Keep moving with the low notes. I hear it, Tala said. She reached the boy. He flung his arms forward, but she did not grab him fast. Slow, she said gently. Take my wrist, good. Now clip this around you. She put a small harness around his chest and attached it to her front line. We will move like one person. When I step, you step. When I stop, you stop. Okay, he whispered. She timed her first backward step to a dip in the cave song. The ledge held. 1 step, 2, 3. The cord stayed calm. They were almost at the wall when her visor flashed a red warning. Far above, a corporate patrol drone swept the mesa with a scan. Its beam hit the glow cave. The cave chimed high and sharp. The cord lines flared. The ledge twitched. Hold, Tala said, keeping her voice low and even. We are fine. Elias swore under his breath, but not in a harsh way. Corporate patrol, he said softly. They mark these caverns as risk zones for the transport route. If they see structural shift, they set a sterilization call. It clears life from the area. It is meant to stop landslides. It will harm the glass wraiths, Tala said, and the glass wraiths prevent the landslides. I know, Elias said. It is an old rule. It does not fit this place. The patrol drone passed. The song calmed again, slow. Tala took 3 more steps. Her back touched the wall. She set her feet and pulled. The ledge groaned, then stilled. She shifted the boy's weight onto her line. Up we go, she said. They rose the way she came in time with the cave. Elias moved the drone to guide her. The father above knelt and held out his hands, not to pull but ready to steady. Halfway up, a crack pinged through the stone like a bell. A shard of crystal slid past them and shattered on the floor below. Paulo gasped. Tala held him close to her chest and steadied them on her line. We are safe, she said. Do you like stories? He sniffed. Yes, good, she said. I know one about a boy who loved to explore. He went into a strange cave. He learned that the cave could sing. He learned how to listen. He listened so well that he came home safe, and he told everyone what the song meant. He helped save the whole mesa. That is me? He asked, a small smile at his mouth. That is you, Tala said. The song dipped. Tala climbed. The song rose. Tala paused. Step by step, the rim came closer. The father leaned down and kissed the air. Thank you, he whispered, tears in his eyes. Tala reached the rim. She hooked one elbow on solid rock. Elias reached and held the line, gentle but sure. The father pulled his boy into his arms. Paulo started to cry, then laugh. The father laughed too. The sound was bright and clean in the dusty air. Tala unclipped and sat still for a moment, feeling the wind on her face. Her hands shook from the focus she had kept. Elias knelt and offered her a water bottle. Drink, he said. You moved like you were part of the cave. That was good work, thank you, she said. She drank and smiled up at him. His face was strong and lined by sun. His eyes were kind and a little sad. He looked like someone who knew how to fix things and who had fixed them alone for a long time. The father stood and hugged Tala. I will never forget this, he said. How can I pay you? Keep good care of your son, Tala said. Teach him to listen when land speaks. That is enough, the father nodded. He took Paulo to the truck, wrapped him in a blanket, and left a small bag of dried fruit in Tala's hands as thanks. The truck rolled away, slow in the wind. Elias looked down into the cave. The patrol drone made a full scan, he said. It will send a report to the terraforming office. If they mark this as hazard, the sterilization drones will come at dawn. Tala stood. The joy of the rescue cooled a little. We cannot let that happen, she said. The glass wraiths hold the mesa together. Without them, the next storm will break this whole ridge. Elias nodded. I have data from my ranch dome. I have years of wind and soil logs. We can show that the cave helps, not harms. Will they listen? Tala asked. If the right flags are in the report, Elias said. There is a protective clause for unique biomes. It is a small note, but it exists. We must tag the glass wraith zones as protected before the cull order locks. The system reads the tags at first light. Then we work tonight, Tala said. Elias glanced at the sky. The storm grew darker and thicker. My dome is close, he said. You can use my station. We can send a call to the homesteads. Others will help. They ached under old rules for a long time. They will answer if someone leads. Tala met his eyes. She felt a quiet trust in him. He had shared his best tools without asking for anything. He had moved with her pace. He had not tried to take over. She liked that. Night fell over Sagebrush 3 like a slow blanket. The storm kept hissing against the ranch dome, but inside there was a busy calm. The lights were steady. The screen showed wind lines like strings across a dark drum. Elias checked his drone again and again, the way a careful cook checks a pot. Tala stood at the console and tied data streams together. She kept the rescue map open in one window. She kept the old rulebook open in another. She watched the clock. The radio filled with voices. Some were near, some were far. A caravan crew offered 2 mirror kites and 3 people who knew knots. A goat herder said he had anchors and strong arms. A teacher from the Ridge School said older students could carry gear and keep checklists. A pair of miners said they would bring a small rover that could tow a heavy kite in high wind. Every voice carried the same steady promise. We will help. Tala thanked each person by name. Elias sent simple, clear lists. Bring mirror plates if you have them. If not, bring rope. If you have nothing to bring yourself. We will find a job for you. He shared the link to his wind model so everyone could see gust times and safe paths. The model was like a map of breath. People began to arrive. They came through the dark like points of light. Headlamps and dome lamps moving across the ridge. They came on foot, by bike, in old trucks that rattled and hummed. Elias kept the big doors closed to hold the air, then opened a side hatch to greet them one by one. He shook hands. He thanked them. He pointed them to water, tools, and tasks. Tala organized a mesa watch table. She made 3 neat stacks: kite lines, mirror plates, and anchors. She drew a simple diagram of the glow cave and taped it to the wall. She spoke to the group in a voice that was not loud, but it carried. We will build light corridors, she said. We will guide the glass wraiths to a safe zone already marked as off-limits. We will add protected tags to that zone. The drones will check those tags at dawn. If the tags read true, they cannot start the sterilization. A young volunteer raised a hand. What if the drones ignore the tags? They will not, Tala said. The rule is strict. The old rule is a problem, but it has a small door. We will use that door. Another person asked, how will we time the kites in this wind? Elias stepped forward. We will not fight the wind, he said. We will count with it. The storm breathes. It has a pulse. My model shows when the big gusts will pass. Tala will listen to the cave. When the cave song dips, it is a safe second to move. When it rises, we must hold. We will move in short steps all together. He showed them the model on a large screen. The lines rose and fell in slow waves. A simple tone played with the dips. This is our metronome, he said. We will march to it. They divided into teams. Team North would take 2 kites to the upper ridge and pull them into place above the cave mouth. Team Rim would hold the first mirrors at the right angle to catch dawn light. Team Anchor would drill shallow pins into stable rock and tie the kite lines to those pins. Team Tag would stand at the console with Tala and put the protected flag into the new zone as soon as the glass wraiths moved. The first big test came quick. Corporate security tried to shut down the public channels. The radio crackled. A flat voice said, all operators must cease interference. This is a safety action. Do not approach the hazard zone. Some people looked at Tala. Some looked at Elias. The voice sounded official. It carried weight. Tala did not flinch. This is not interference, she said into the mic. This is protection. We act under the emergency clause that allows local rescue to prevent harm. Stay calm. Keep moving. She switched the team chat to a mesh that jumped between personal devices. She also turned on a simple backup. Light signals. 3 flashes meant stop. 2 flashes meant hold. 1 long flash meant move. The teacher and her students took the job of signal crew with pride. Team North left first. They strapped the mirror kites to their backs like folded wings. They walked into the wind with steady steps. The miners followed with the little rover. It had a low engine sound like a cat. Team Rim carried mirrors with padded gloves and careful hands. Elias stood at the side hatch and felt the wind on his face. He watched the team lamps move out and vanish behind a ridge, then blink back into view when they reached a higher point. He spoke into the mic with his calm voice. North team, you will face a gust at 40 seconds from now. Set your feet before it hits. Do not stand near edges. Copy, a voice answered. In the console room, Tala put on her headset and closed her eyes for a breath. She tuned the cave mic and let the hum fill her ears. It was there under the storm noise, the slow song of the glass wraiths. Rise, fall, rise, fall. She counted the dips and matched them to Elias's model. The match was not perfect, but it was close. She smiled a little. The land was talking to them in two ways at once. Rim team, Tala said. Hold mirrors flat for now. Do not angle. Wait for my count. Rim team holding, someone said, cheerful and strict. At the cave, the glow was dim. The glass wraiths did not like wind or noise. They lay deep in the rock like clear threads. But when the first mirror kite went up and caught a slice of lamplight, the light ran down into the cave like a ribbon. The glow on the far wall brightened. The glass wraiths reacted, slow and careful. They eased deeper into the strata. Good, Tala said, watching the map. North team, kite 1 is at safe angle. Tie it at anchor point A. Kite 2, hold low for now. The storm pushed hard. A gust hit like a soft shove. A rope snapped free and whipped across the ground. A volunteer stumbled. The rover skidded and stopped. The teacher flashed 3 quick lights. Everyone froze and braced. Elias's voice was steady. Gust peak now. 5 seconds to fade. 4, 3, 2, brace, and fade. Copy, North team said. The rope went taut again. Hands pulled. Knots tightened. They began to find a rhythm. The teams moved when the cave song dipped and the wind model allowed. They held when the song rose or a gust came. The mirrors formed the first corridor of light, like a soft hallway that led into the rock. The glass wraiths flowed along the darker edges of that light to get away from the brightness. They moved toward the safe zone that Tala had marked. Corporate security tried again. A patrol vehicle rolled up near the ridge and shined a bright bar of light into the cave in a wide sweep. The cave sang sharp. The cords on Tala's visor flared. The volunteers near the mouth shielded their eyes. Tala spoke clear into the mic. Security driver, please stop wide sweeps. You are hurting the cave structure. We are stabilizing. We are acting under Emergency Clause 19B. You can view our report in real time. There was a long pause. Then a new voice came, softer. Send the report link, the person said. Sending now, Elias said. He shared the live map, the wind model, and the rule clause. He did not argue.
He invited them to see.
The patrol light narrowed. It moved off the cave mouth. The driver parked and waited. The mood on the ridge eased. Work went on. Inside the dome, Team Tag watched the numbers change. The glass wraith density in the target zone rose bit by bit. The old zone near the ledge thinned. The safe zone that was already marked off limits began to glow faint blue on the map. People at the table held their breath like it would help the map move faster. Second wave, Tala said. Launch in 20 seconds at my mark. Rim team, angle mirrors to corridor 2. Elias watched the wind lines. You will have a crosswind, he told the second wave. Lean into it. Do not fight. Let it push and then pull back. They moved the second set of kites. The teacher and students flashed signals from the ridge and the replies flashed back. The mirrors caught small pieces of light from the storm lamps and later, from the first gray light of pre-dawn. The cave filled with soft paths of brightness. The glass wraith threads shy of bright light slid deeper, slow as growing roots. A problem hit in the last hour before dawn. One of the old anchors in the rock failed with a dull pop. A kite line sagged and twisted. The mirror at the head of corridor 2 swung and sent a bright flare into the wrong place. The cave song spiked. The ledge above groaned. Tala felt the spike like a shout. Hold, she called. Everyone froze. North team, do not touch the swinging mirror. If you grab it wrong, it will pull you. Elias, we need a stabilizer. I have it, Elias said, already moving. He ran out with his drone on a tether and a small weight line. He reached the ridge and crouched. He kept low, feet wide. He sent the drone up just enough to clip the loose kite line with the weight. It was like adding a finger to a guitar string to change the note. The mirror slowed. It steadied. The flare moved off the delicate wall and into an empty patch. Good, Tala said. She let out the breath she did not know she held. Team anchor, put a new pin in 2 feet to the left. That stone face is stronger. Copy, someone said. Metal rang on rock. The new pin held. The line went taut again. Dawn came at last. It was thin and pale at first, then brighter. The mirror kites drank the light like thirsty birds. The corridors glowed strong. Inside the cave, the blue veins changed shape. The glass wraiths had moved into the safe zone like a quiet migration. Tag now, Tala said. Put the protected flag into the target zone. Team Tag tapped the entry. The console asked for a reason. Tala typed, unique biome. Structure prevents landslides. Community managed habitat. Evidence attached. She attached the maps, the cave song record, and a list of all volunteers who helped. Then she pressed send.